This is the Honest Fit Life. But before we get into all that, wanted to give you full disclosure that we are not fitness trainers, doctors, or healthcare professionals. We are just everyday regular people that are sharing what has worked for us, and what has worked for us may not work for you. This is not meant to be a guide for weight loss or fitness training, just our experiences. So before beginning any weight loss program or fitness training, consult your doctor or healthcare provider. All right, everybody, I am David. Joining me today is, of course, my wife, Mandy,
Hi, everyone.
and our son, Gabe.
Hey everyone.
So, on this episode, we're going to talk about working out at home and how to go about it. So, I'm
Yep.
already excusing myself from the conversation just because I never did it, so I don't have a whole lot to contribute. Um, this is going to mostly be between Mandy and Gabe, since I did quite a bit of home workout. So, basic workouts you can do at home. Go.
Okay. Well, just like listing off some things. You can do like abs, legs, do, different types of push-ups, walks, runs, just simple stuff, whatever that people probably come to mind when they think of home workouts. Um, I guess with like starting with abs, you can do like heel taps, leg lowers, Russian twists, which are pretty
Okay, so
popular.
let's describe what these are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
There's several different types of abs that you can
so-
do anywhere.
Like heel taps, you basically just like lay on the ground and you basically put your knees up, basically, and then you just kind of like rotate, kind of thing. And you like touch your heel with your hands.
Okay.
So and it kind of like targets your lower abs, basically. It's pretty simple. You can just either do like a timer and do it for 30 seconds or whatever, or you can just do reps or whatever, like 20 reps basically or something. Pretty simple. um, leg lowers or just like leg lifts or whatever. You're literally just laying on the ground.
Yeah, you lay on
And
the
then-
ground, you lift your legs up in the air, bracing yourself out on the side with your hands, and then you're lowering your legs together up and down.
Okay.
Mhm.
And that can work your lower abs.
And
Yeah.
everything we're talking about is available online. We're actually using it right now for reference as we're going through this stuff. But you can find pictures and videos of all this stuff online as well.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. That's basically what I did.
Yeah.
Basically.
So
You just-
okay. Okay, so that's two with abs. What else do you guys have?
Well, Russian twist, I think mainly people know what that is. You're basically just having your legs up and you're kind of like resting on your butt or kind of like on your tailbone, sort of, and you're just rotating your core, I guess,
Yeah.
basically. Like you're just rotating your body.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're turning, you're
Um,
going from side to side with your elbows
Right.
And
from
yeah,
each side of your
You
body.
can also, dude, a lot of people do this, even at the gym. You can like
Yes.
hold a medicine ball or whatever in
Mhm.
your hands, and you can just, rotate
Yeah.
or a
Any simple
like
weight.
kettlebell or even a
Right.
Mhm.
dumbbell.
Okay, so you're basically pivoting off of your tailbone.
Yeah,
As
or
a
your
pivot
butt.
point.
Yeah.
So your shoulders are off the ground and your feet are off the ground.
Yes, and
Yes.
knees and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good exercise for your obliques, basically, which is like the side of your abs.
Mm-hmm.
Side plank with dips. Basically, it's like a plank, but you're on your side, basically. So you're either gonna be on your right or left arm, and then you're just gonna dip your hip to the ground and then up, basically, and this is gonna hit your obliques as well.
Right.
And then you can also just do a regular plank, which is probably like everyone knows what a plank is. You
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
go on the ground and you can just time yourself basically for
Right.
how long you can last.
So everything we're talking about is basically just done on the ground. There's no special equipment needed
Yes.
for any of this, really.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, maybe like one equipment could be a pull-up bar, and then you can like do leg lifts,
Mm-hmm.
whatever on it, which is pretty self-explanatory. And it gives like a little bit of a harder thing because you're holding yourself up as well, and it's basically like a different degree.
Right.
Like,
So okay, so you need to paint a picture for everybody what that is. So the pull-up bar goes on the top of the door frame, and it's basically a bar you can hang from.
Yes, and then you can just buy on whatever Amazon, whatever. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Um,
And you basically just hold yourself up
yes.
and raise your legs up.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Basically.
holding onto the bar with your feet
Mhm.
almost at
Yes.
kind of a 90 degree,
Yes.
Yeah.
where you're going from like 45 degrees to 90 degrees as you're raising them up in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Okay.
say
you
we can
can-
get into equipment and stuff
Yeah.
in a
like
little
you can,
in a little bit.
yeah, with that you can either raise your knees or your whole leg, basically. So, these, I guess like more stuff could be
Well,
guess
then
it's called a tuck crunch extend, which is basically you're just crunching, you're just like on your back, and then you're just like kind of like I don't know, a koala bear on the ground or something, and you're just like bringing your knees and your head and your arms just together or whatever, and then you're extending it out and then back basically.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. Kind of like just works your whole core.
And what
Which
is
is
that
really
one
good.
called?
A crunch extend.
Okay. So we're going to try to tell you what the names of these are. So if you do want to look them up online, feel free.
Yeah. Sit ups,
That-
really nice, really self explanatory.
Yeah, everybody should know what a sit-up is by now.
Yeah. If not, basically you bring up your upper body and then basically you can either bring your upper body. I mean, there's so many. I mean, it kind of depends on your opinion, honestly. You can either go all the way up to your knees,
Mm-hmm.
or you can do like a little bit off the ground, like breathe out when you go up, and then breathe in when you're down, and then basically, then you can do butterfly kicks, which are just I don't know, like the Navy
you're
does this.
laying on your stomach and you put your arms out. So basically, your stomach is touching the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
you're fluttering
you're-
your feet
Yeah, your feet basically.
in
The
the
Navy
air.
does this like a lot for their
Right. So it almost
boot
looks like you're
camps.
swimming, but on the ground, kind of.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
And it works out your lower abs. But there's so many. I would just encourage you guys to just like look up ab workouts at home, and then either just ab workouts in general. Because
Mhm.
honestly, just using your body is the best for your abs. Just doing whatever.
Right. I mean,
And then-
virtually everything you do is going to use core. It is going to use your abs a little bit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, whether you're doing chest or legs or whatever. Core is what supports you. That's your middle section of your body, and that is getting used basically all the time. Whether you're walking, getting up, whatever. I mean, your core is being engaged all the time.
Yes.
So, all right. What about legs?
So number one, squats.
Yep.
Literally, there's so many different variants of squats you can do at home. Basically, the ones I was doing is just air squats, whatever. Just do like 50 to 100 or whatever, or just how much you can just do. Basically, just like burn out with them. Do like a couple of sets or whatever.
Mhm. So
One-
let's describe that. Basically,
okay. So squatting, you're basically just
It's like you're sitting down in
Yeah.
a chair,
a chair.
in an invisible chair.
Yeah. Just
and
bring
then
your
standing back up.
Yes.
Okay. That should make sense to everybody. So
Yeah.
you just like pretend you're gonna sit down, and you go down to where you're, at
Like a
40
nine, yeah,
at
like
a 90 degree with your
90 degree.
knees,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
just stand back up, and
Yeah.
Yep.
and you just do that a bunch. So obviously at the gym you do that, but you're incorporating weight on top of
Yeah.
the
Yes.
motion. But
There's-
so
yeah.
air squats, basically there's no weight involved,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just using those muscles over and over again. And honestly, I do that for a warm up on squats to make sure my knees are feeling okay and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of wake up, the thigh muscles and everything.
Yeah, it's always good to do, even at the gym, to do like 3 to 5 air squats, just to kind of like, kind of check everything. My knees are feeling good, kind of
Get
warms.
loose.
Yeah, it kind of wakes up your muscles up a little bit. That's always good to do as
Right.
well.
Okay.
So lunges are another
Right.
really another key leg exercise. What you're basically doing is what, kneeling. I don't even know. Like, how would you describe that?
Like you
Basically,
stick your
bringing
you stick your leg
you're
out in
either
front of you
bringing
and you're
your-
lunging down.
Yeah, you're basically either sticking out your left foot forward or your right foot, depending on which one you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can do that, and then you can like either if you're moving forward, you can just bring out your left and then right and left
Mhm.
and right, whatever. And then if you're doing like a stationary lunge, which is you're not moving, you're just basically just standing there, you can put out your left leg and lunge like 15 times,
Mm-hmm.
and then put out your right leg, basically lunge 15 times. Take
Yeah.
a break, do it again, whatever. That's like stationary. It's like really simple. You can also research this stuff, and again, encourage you all to just look up, different squats you can do at home and different lunges, and then there's gonna be videos to show you how to do
Right.
it basically. But I'm just listing off like, just simple stuff that like you can find probably anywhere, and a lot of people usually know squats and lunges and all these other exercises.
Now, all this stuff can be done with handheld weights also,
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
like kettlebells or dumbbells or whatever.
Mhm.
100%. Like with the stationary, I would use weights, or like my journey or whatever when I was working at home. I was
Mhm.
using weights or whatever. And with the stationary, I would just hold the weights down and I would just lunge basically, like in a stagnant
Right, and the
position.
weight's just giving added resistance
Yes.
to your
Yes.
body weight.
And then even like moving lunges, you can use weights as well.
Okay.
Just regular lunges. Calf raises, pretty self-explanatory. You literally just
Go up on your toes.
yes.
Yeah.
And then down, and then
Yeah.
up, and then out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can also do a single as well. So just using one
One
foot.
leg, yeah.
And then also running, use your calves as well. So, but which is a good exercise to do it.
Well, running and walking.
Yeah. Pistol squats. This one is
I
really
don't-
hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to, I guess, master this exercise. It's basically just a one-legged squat, sticking
Oh.
your
Legs. You have one
sticking
leg
one of your legs out.
straight out, and then you're only squatting on one leg.
Yeah, that'd be difficult. You'd require a lot of balance.
And
a,
strength.
And a lot of
Yes.
leg strength.
Yes, 100%.
I would say that's not a beginner thing to
No.
focus on. That's going to be something that once you have a good
Higher-
solid core and you
yeah.
have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of leg strength and
Yeah.
glute muscles and stuff like that. Yes.
yeah.
Squat jumps, really nice. You can just jump up onto something. With me, you can jump up onto stairs. You can jump up onto boxes, mainly harder boxes, not just cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
Or even just
Um,
standing there. Like you go into a squat, and then when you're coming up, you jump.
Yeah.
And then you go back down. There's very beginner ways to do it, and then there's advanced ways to do it, like on top of boxes or stairs or
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Keep in mind, all this stuff is available online, so you can go watch to get an idea of what we're talking about.
High knee toe taps, which I think you can just basically, it's mainly more of like a cardio, but yeah, you're also using your legs and a little bit of your core, as always, because you're using
Mhm.
core a lot. You're basically bringing your one knee up to your hand. You're basically holding your hands out, but not like fully extended out, but mainly just a little bit out or whatever.
Right.
Um,
So elbows to
kinda
the
like
side.
T Rex.
Yeah,
you know?
so you look like a T-Rex, a little arm sticking out.
And then you can just bring your leg up, touch it, bring your other leg up, but just like really quick. You can do it for like 30 seconds, get like your heart rate up. Kind of like not jumping jacks, but like jump rope a little bit, or jumping jacks. Just things you can just do with simple. Wall sits, pretty self-explanatory. You sit
I
on the
hate
wall
those.
and you just sit there for a minute or whatever until you just want to die because it's
So you
It-
basically just put your back up against the wall
yes.
with your legs bent
Mm-hmm.
and sit there until it
Yes.
starts burning.
You can also use weights on this. I've seen guys and girls put at the gym. You
Mhm.
can put a like a plate on your leg
Right.
and then sit there.
Right. And you want your legs almost at a 90,
90.
not quite.
Yes,
I mean, you can somewhere between,
I would say 90
90.
because if you're going a little bit too up, you're not going to feel as much of a
right,
burn.
right. And there's
So-
that point, and you'll be able to tell when the resistance hits you that you're
Yes.
kind of at the right angle.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
ooh, I can really feel that in my legs now.
You can also videotape yourself as well and see where you're at.
Right.
too. Also, yeah, for I guess glutes, hip raises.
'Kay.
Which or glute hip raises, whatever.
Glute bridges.
Yeah,
raises.
something. Yeah,
There's
different
a couple
terms.
different terms for it.
You
You
talking
basically
like
just
almost like a hip thrust.
yeah, hip
Yes.
thrust.
Okay.
But your
Basically.
shoulders are on the ground. Your shoulders are touching the ground, and then you're raising your hips up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have
Off
your
the ground.
knees bent
And with
at
this,
a 90.
you can also use weight for.
Mhm.
You can just put weight on your hip bone or whatever, just like on your,
I
on your legs and hip.
I used to do this. I had 2 5-pound weights. I would put both the 5-pound weights on my hips in front of me,
Mhm.
on me, and then I would raise up
Okay.
with them on
Yeah.
there.
I know, 'cause we had plates at where we live, and I just put a bunch of plates on my, and then I would just go until I couldn't go anymore, basically. Um, but those are very basic exercises. You guys can look
Right.
into it more.
Okay, so let's talk arms. Let's
arms.
talk arms and chest. What we can do? What can we do for upper body?
So mainly push-ups.
Okay.
Push-ups is very easy. Everyone knows a push-up. Like if you don't, you're literally just maybe 90 degrees, whatever, not
Mm.
90, but just kind of like you have your hands in front of you and you're just like on the ground, whatever, and you're just going down to the ground, whatever, chest ground, or you
Mhm.
can do fist, whatever,
There's a lot of
opinionated,
yeah,
but and then up.
and there's a
up,
lot of
down.
variations you can do with a
Yes.
push-up, but it is a compound movement,
Yes.
so
Yes.
it's working a lot of muscles at
So
once.
it's gonna work your front delts, so your shoulders, your triceps, and your chest, and then your core.
Right.
So it's working a lot, honestly. It's
Right.
working mainly your upper body. And you can do as many as you can, or you can separate into sets or whatever, or you can do timed, see how many you can do in a minute, how many you
Mhm.
can do in 30 seconds, whatever. Different variants you can do off of your bed. So you can hit more of your upper chest and more of your shoulder.
Now you're
Um,
talking elevate your feet up
Yes.
and get them
your-
off the
put-
ground.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
almost like you're
You could even do it off your stairs,
In-
depending on your stairs, the way they're laid
so
out.
you're
in your
gonna
house.
be inverted a little bit. Your feet are gonna
Mhm.
be above your body when you're
Yeah.
in the down position,
Yeah, so-
and
yeah.
basically level when you come up to the
Mhm.
top,
Yes.
almost like a plank.
Mm. Another one you could do is you can also do push-ups on your bed, which mainly you just have your hands on the bed. You can just do up, and then you're kind of working your lower-ish because
You're talking in reverse, where your feet are on the ground still,
yes.
and your upper body is over the edge of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And those three are pretty good. You can get a lot out of it. Mainly, you can probably work your muscle more if you're doing just flat ground and then decline. Which decline would be having your feet on the bed.
Right. On the bed or on stairs or something
Yeah.
equivalent of that. Something that you can get some elevation to get your
Mhm.
feet up off the ground.
But I would definitely encourage people just to start as a push up because the decline with having your feet on the bed is harder. Because usually people don't have a lot of muscle like there. You can start doing it. I guess another variant would be a pike push up, which you're having your what? So you're on the ground still, but you're having your feet more forward, and then you're also having your feet like towards your feet basically. And you're basically like pushing towards your head to the
Mhm.
ground and then up. Basically, I don't know how I would really describe it. I don't know, let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about either. I'm like, wait, what is that?
Not really great at explaining things, but again, easy. It's a very
You're almost in a
Self-explanatory.
you're almost in a V position, so like your butt's up in the air.
yes.
Okay.
So you have your hands and your feet on the ground, and you're in a V position. So position your body in a V position, and you do push-ups that way
Right.
Yeah.
with your butt kind of up in the air.
Okay.
And you can just do different types of things to improve that muscle, basically. But yeah, pike push-ups are really nice.
So what about biceps? What can we do at home to work our biceps?
You can use that's a hard one, honestly, because I had a pull-up bar and weights.
I mean,
But
you can get a simple set of weights. It's fairly
Yeah,
inexpensive.
I
It
would
doesn't
say
have to be anything fancy.
I would say that requires
know.
equipment, but it's like weights are very very basic.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, if you even got children, pick your if you got a baby home, lift
I-
them up and
I
down.
don't know if I'd recommend that.
I've seen women do it because like you're incorporating your kids. It's really I've seen a lot of women incorporate their kids into their workouts. Like you got a 18-month-old, you're playing with them. You can smile with them and laugh. As you're going up and down. Lifting them up. There's cans. Water jugs.
Right.
you know, stuff like that. If you don't have any weights, I mean, weights are very basic.
Right. I mean, you can get them at Walmart, Target,
Yeah.
wherever. You know, I mean, they're fairly inexpensive for 5 and 10 pound weights.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know, not kettlebells; those are kind of pricey, but just regular dumbbells.
Yeah.
And
You
they
can
don't have
yeah.
to be fancy. I mean, they have ones that are
Yeah.
colored.
I mean,
whatever,
and
but
that kind of stuff you can get easily off like Facebook Marketplace. People sell that kind of stuff
A lot
all
of
the
used, yeah.
time. A lot of used. There's so many options
right.
I know it's pretty hard to use, like, to get a bicep workout at your home. I mean,
without weights.
without weights. I mean,
Right.
you can have like a prison type of workout. Having you can have it's like a 2-person thing, and you're holding a towel basically in your 2 hands, and one of them is pushing down, and you're gonna push up while the person's pushing down, and you can get like tension, and you can like
And how
start
do you know
curling.
this, Gabe?
you can find it.
Yeah.
It's there.
So I
Okay.
would recommend, if you know, for arms, you know, it would be helpful to get some dumbbells.
Yes.
Just some inexpensive weights, you know, 5 pound, 10 pound, 15, 20 at some point maybe.
And
But
then-
those will open up a lot of doors
Yes.
for just having that basic equipment will help. I mean, there's a lot you can do without having equipment, but the equipment does make it better. And so I would recommend,
Yeah.
you know, spending a little bit of money.
Yeah. It's still
and-
very
and
limited.
getting a small little set of dumbbells, and then you can do curls and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hammer curls, bench curls. You can just sit on steps where you brace your elbow to the inner part of your thigh and just curl the weight up.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need a bench to do it on. I mean, like I said, there's all kinds of things you can do that with. Lower chairs or sit on steps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
I guess like with triceps, it's actually probably easier to do it. Like there's more exercises you can do without weight. And a very good one is a tricep dip. You can use a chair or a bench or whatever, couch as well. Basically, you're putting your hands behind you on that chair or couch, and then you're dipping down and then pressing up, basically.
right.
And then you can go to, I don't know, 90 degrees or whatever, maybe, or maybe even lower to get like more stretch or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
just depending
Yeah.
on how strong you are there. It's also going to work your chest as well, a little bit, but it's mainly just targeting your triceps.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And that will
but
work with back a little bit too, right?
no,
Tricep dip.
not really.
So
Shoulders.
let's talk about what can you do to strengthen your back muscles then at home.
I would say probably, so one of them was you laying on the ground, right? And you can have a towel in front of you, basically. And you can just like kind of like stretch out, like kind of like have like tension on it. Basically, you're pulling it left and right with
Mhm.
your arms. And then you can like just go down, but it's like you can go into like a Superman motion, which you're basically elevating you're actually no. Yeah, sort of a Superman position. You're gonna elevate your upper body off the ground, and you're gonna go like down, but having tension on that towel or whatever, and then going up, and then keep doing that. Basically,
So you're laying on your stomach
yes,
and you have your back arched
yes,
to get your
Yeah.
shoulders off the ground.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then another variant with that would be doing Supermans, which are a lot of people know. You basically just lift up your legs and your chest, basically, and you're still laying on the ground.
So you're pivoting on your
stomach.
hips basically.
Yes.
That's
And you're
Yeah,
just,
like
and
fear
it's
of-
gonna like that's gonna
Yeah.
work your lower back. And you're just
Mhm.
going
Yep.
up and then down and then up and then up. And you
Okay.
can hold it as well. Dude, it's back is like pretty tricky. You can do like possibly even a reverse like plank and having your hands behind you on the ground and then holding that basically. But that kind of stuff, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to do that without weights
Right.
because those types of stuff is like with your muscles you have to like go, you have to contract it basically, and it's like a difficult way to contract it.
Right.
And
Okay.
it's not like your chest or your triceps
Right.
either that are probably way easier to work at home than like without weights.
Right.
So
Okay. So, other things you can do, go for walks, go for runs, a little jog, anything like that, which is going to fall into the cardio category, but it also does work your muscles a little bit as well.
Yes.
Um, things you can use around the house. We talked about stairs. You can use chairs.
Couch,
yeah.
your bed.
Yep. There's a lot of things you
Your-
can
yeah.
incorporate that are right there. You already have them.
Yeah, your coffee table if it's sturdy enough.
Things if you've got the finances for it. Treadmills. If you live in an area like we do where the weather is usually not good, it's hard to go for walks or runs outside when it's always raining or snowing or whatever. Treadmills are a good thing to have. That's going to be more, like I said, cardio-based type workout.
Right.
Get yourself some weights. I mean, like I said, you're investing in yourself. So if you look at it that way, if you spend a little bit of money, you're investing in yourself. And it's really hard to put a price on what your health is worth.
Right.
So, and most things I'm talking about, like the weight sets, little dumbbell sets, I want to say for less than $100, you can get, several little
Right.
dumbbells, so I feel they're fairly affordable. Pull-up bar, how much was a pull-up bar, Gabe?
I don't know. Let me just search up pull bar real quick and see.
Bands, like
So like this,
resistance bands
yeah,
are
resistant
another good
bands.
one. Fairly inexpensive. Have them in different resistance weights.
Yeah.
And you can do all kinds of stuff with resistance bands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically a giant rubber band.
Yeah, you can use them for all kind squats. They actually help work your glutes more. All kinds of stuff. You can do kickbacks with them, donkey kicks, which are these things you kick your leg out. You're on your hands and knees, and you're kicking your leg out to the side. You can wear a band for that. You can also get bands. They look like they got handles on them. They look like a jump rope, but they're a resistant band on them. You can get them at Target, Walmart, anywhere. I've seen Gabe. He's actually looped them around his pull-up bar, and you can use them for arm and back exercises.
Right.
You can pull on them because it can sustain a lot of weight. So I've seen him do that as well.
Right. Yeah, I just
So
went
it looks-
to Amazon resistance bands under $25, $30 for a set.
Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff. Obviously, do your research.
So it looks like to me with the pull-up bars, the ones I have seem to be ranging around $20. Seems here is at Dick's.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
$20. It's on sale. But and it's the one I have. There's a lot of more advanced ones. You can buy like a whole like stand, and it has like a dip and pull up basically thing you can build or whatever.
Yeah,
But those are more spendy. I wouldn't necessarily say you need one of those.
when these are door frame pull-up
Yes.
bars.
Yes.
They do have ones that are, mechanism based where it's like its own platform that are very
that's-
much more expensive.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was talking
But
about.
just the over the door frame ones, from what I'm looking at on Amazon, range from $27 to like $52.
And honestly, if you don't want to buy a pull-up bar, go out for a run to your nearest playground, and do some pull-ups.
Yeah, the
Yep.
jungle gyms and
Oh,
whatnot.
yeah. It's
Yep.
free, and you get a run out of it, and you go outside.
Right.
So, I guess going with that, like, I kind of want to go back to kind of at-home stuff or whatever, but like without having to buy anything. You can use your towels as sliders on the floor with your abs.
Those are great for abs.
Okay, so explain that a little bit.
So basically, you can have, if you put the towels or whatever underneath your feet, underneath your
I'm
feet.
assuming you're talking about on a
And-
smooth surface, not a carpet
Yes.
surface.
Yes.
Okay.
Hardwood floor.
Okay.
Yes. If you don't have a hardwood floor, I think you can probably use paper plates and put them under your feet, and those would slide on carpets and any surface. And those are probably cheaper as well. And usually people have paper plates, and you can just bring your foot towards your chest and you're working your abs or whatever, or
Mhm.
you can just search up a bunch of stuff. I don't really know too much about like having that or whatever exercises like with hand towels or paper plates.
Well, you can
Mhm.
also do
But
them on your hands, like on especially on a hardwood floor. Like you don't have them on your feet, you have them on your hands, and then you're going out into a plank position and sliding back
Right.
and going forward. It's gonna work your abs pretty
Right.
good.
yeah,
I mean, there's a ton of other little devices. I know there's a little handheld wheel that will mimic
Yes.
that same thing. You hold on, it's got little
Yep. Yeah.
bars off the wheel, and you're just basically like holding onto that and rolling out with it, and then coming back.
Yeah. There's even a machine at Planet Fitness. It's a ab thing, and I've been using it lately. And it's a thing that slides up and down.
It's at an incline.
Yeah, it's on an incline. But it's like you can still get that at home. It's just not quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
But it's doing the same type of workout for your
Right.
abs.
yeah. Another thing you can use is laundry detergent as a kettlebell, which I didn't really think of, but
Yeah, if you
it
have a
seems actually
laundry
pretty
detergent,
cool. Yeah.
if you have a laundry detergent bottle that's
And-
plastic with a handle.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you can just if you can just dump it out with laundry detergent, use water
Right.
as well, because water is pretty heavy.
I mean, I'm assuming
Um,
you could also use a empty milk jug filled with water.
Yeah,
It's gonna weigh about 8 pounds.
anything you can hold, basically, anything that has a handle,
Mm-hmm.
as like a milk jug or laundry detergent, or I think you can probably even curl probably a freaking thing of water, like the water thing you can buy like Costco or something like that, or like even Walmart, like has a bunch of water bottles in it.
I'm
not
drawing
know
a
what-
blank there.
It has
Gabe.
a
You
bunch
not
of
know
water.
what I'm talking about?
No. What has a
It's-
bunch of water bottles in it?
It has a bunch of plastic. I don't even know what it would be called. I don't know. If
Yeah.
someone knows,
I mean,
then
you could use virtually anything that has weight to it.
yes,
has a
something-
weight.
something you can grab onto.
Yeah, as long as you
and
can hold on to it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can curl it
Yeah.
without even buying anything.
Yeah.
Basically, you can use. Well, we already talked about this. You can use a chair or bench as a tricep dip, but
Mhm.
backpack. This I did. This
Okay.
I did. I put a bunch of weights in a backpack, right? And I would either do push-ups with it, like I would like tighten it so it wouldn't move around. Basically, I would just like tighten
Right.
it
It
as
needs to be
possible.
secure to your body.
Yeah, and I would either do push-ups with it or pull-ups, so it would be weighted.
Right.
He'd
and
also
you
run
throw
up
your
and-
school books in it or whatever, right? Just
No.
make what were
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you can put school
Yeah.
books in it
Yeah.
too. History books, whatever. Those like thick, whatever
Yeah.
books.
He would run up and down the stairs too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
With like a 50, his backpack would weigh like 50 pounds. And
Right.
he would run up and down the stairs. I remember him doing that. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it.
Because he would
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, couch as dips or whatever. I'm also looking at some stuff here. So I guess there's a a bike pump for tricep strength. Seems like you can probably. It's probably implying that you're pushing down, so you're using your triceps basically,
Okay.
and I guess that's something, right? Like people probably usually have bicycle pumps or whatever that they can use. A rope. Let's see.
As a suspension trainer.
Yeah. Ideally 8-foot rope. Basically sling one in the row. Wait, so it seems like you gotta go outside, have a tree, and you sling one end of the rope over it and use the rope to execute moves such as inverted rows, or squats, or make 2 loops at the ends to place your feet in for TRX style planks or lunges. So TRX basically is like things at the gym usually. I don't know too much about it, but you can.
So then that sounds really complicated.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even understand that.
So
I know what
let's
TRX
let's stick
is.
with sit-ups and push-ups.
It's-
When you got to start using nature and ropes and some procedure, for me that's getting into stuff that may not be
Oh
like,
wait,
at
yeah.
home type
Okay,
stuff.
I think
you know?
I'm getting some in my brain. Hold on. So with the TRX things, it's like a really long thing, and they have handles at the ends, and you can hold on to it, but then you can like kind of move outward, and you can like lean and then like pull up basically and working your back. So this is actually a good back exercise if no one has any like weights. You can have a rope and wrap it around a tree, and then you can like pull basically.
Right.
I don't know if this doesn't really make sense. I'm like doing motions here, but no one sees me because it's really hard to explain. But basically, yeah, you just sling it around it. Basically, everyone knows that, and then you hold both ends,
Right.
and then you can like lean back, and then pull.
Right. So
You know?
you're using your body as weight resistance.
Yes.
So yeah,
That's good
there's a
exercise.
lot of stuff you guys can do, and I would
You-
recommend, like I said, doing just a internet search. Of,
Yeah.
At home workouts without equipment or with dumbbells or whatever. There's a ton of stuff out there, and
Yes.
this is all stuff that anybody can do. And it's readily available. So. But yeah, I would recommend, doing what you can. Like I said, it's fairly, inexpensive, and it's all stuff you can do at home. So if you guys have any comments, questions, feel free to reach out on social media. That's definitely the best way to do that. You can follow us on social media. For Mandy, it is honestfitlife_Mandy, and for me, it is honestfitlife_David on Instagram. Or you can visit our website at honestfitlife.com. Be sure to consult your doctor or healthcare provider before beginning any weight loss or fitness training program. This has been a Road One Media production. All rights are reserved.